Well, like I said, it's second Sundays. And I know that your Reverend Paul has prepared a meal for you all. Because I told you, when he go upstairs and prepare that meal, I don't see him till it's time for him to come down and eat. So I know it's going to be good. So without further ado, let us welcome with a lot of love our Reverend Paul Meggs.
Thank you. Greetings. Good morning. Greetings and salutations. And may the light, the love, the expectation that we all believe and recognize that it presents itself today with the new awareness that will awaken us to a place that we've never been. Because it is in that expectation that we can be delivered or brought to this place that we seek. See, it is in the thought of the expectation that will reveal to us what it is that we need. But because most of us have experienced some things that we did not like and appreciate, we tend to block that love, that embracing love that is constantly reaching to us, towards us, and turning us back towards itself. So we have to give praise and thanks to this power, because it is only one life, one God. And it is as we believe and expect for it to show up in our lives, it will embrace us. Reverend Lisa talked about, I go and I disappear. Because again, it is a process that we must do. See, the process is to separate oneself from the confusion that they are experiencing. And so we have to sit alone and allow that information to come to us and drop down in us so that we can hear it clearly, so that we can awaken. So this embracing of God was love. Let's look at embracing as accepting or supporting a belief or a theory. See, God is the deity in which we pray to and trust for guidance. And love is that power. See, he calls and comes at all times, getting why he's here. The power that joins and binds in divine harmony, it is in the universe and everything in it. It harmonizes everything. There's nothing that can't be brought into balance when it is seeking out the love that it needs to assist itself. See, a lot of times our struggle is with the understanding of. Because the English definitions of things always seem to mean more than one thing. And so sometimes when we say one thing, it means another thing. So if we have to look at it from that perspective. So once we embrace the love of God with understanding and trust our deity, we will experience the love that most of us are seeking by allowing this experience to embrace us. See, our experiences gives us the presumption that we are not loved, such as goals we did not attain, things that we go through, disagreements we may find ourselves in, or the lack of accomplishments or things that we wanted to do in life. See, this is caused by our perceptions. See, and how we view these circumstances. So in Genesis in 29 and 34, it says, what happened was Leah thought she wasn't loved by God because she couldn't bear any children. But when Levi, the son that she bore, which is love, was brought forth by the human soul, which is Leah, she said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me. See, bringing it together. And that is what it is that we have to do. We have to bring forth that love in our words of how we want to experience this life. When we connect our soul with what we love, and then we believe it is possible, we can manifest it because there is no separation of our faith and expectation. And that is what we have to get to. Regardless of the delay, take away time. We here anyway. We might as well sit and wait and allow for this process to mold us, to shape us, to form us. We've all been through the worst part of our lives already. From what I can see, we done all been through whatever. Now it's time to sit and experience this great true love that is bubbling up inside of us. Because all we have to do is fill ourselves with the belief. Because it is in the idea of what it is, the thing that we're seeking. And we just have to say, come unto me. I'm sitting here waiting on you. Describe it how you wanted to see it. Patience should be our theme now. None of us should not be patient right now. If you ain't patient now in your life, if you ain't patient now, okay. We're going to keep waiting because that's how it works. Because we're the ones who are saying that we're unable to. Because this is distracting me. I can't do that because this is not allowing me. This makes me feel like. You're talking to yourself. The word, the power is in the word. And it's the belief that we have in that manifests it in our lives. We have to speak love, power, and control into these conditions. Nothing is hard to overcome. It may seem challenging, but it's because we don't believe that we can. We rather be mad at God because he didn't give it to me. Oh, he didn't give it to me. Well, he must don't want me to have it. Who told you that? That's how we speak to ourselves, denying the very thing that we say we want. And love just showed up and answered it for you. That's all it can do. It shows up the exact way we speak it. That's why belief is so important. So Fillmore says the soul touches both the inner realm of spirit, which it receives direct inspiration, and external world from which it receives its impressions. The belief we have from our heart, our soul, that we're connected to, we identify it, and then it shows up in the world for us because we believed it. And I know I didn't really want it like that. I didn't know it was going to show up like that. He was a little bit more meaner than I thought. She wasn't as kind as I thought she was. Love don't know all any of that. Love just says yes. Love sits and waits until it hears what it needs to express, what the other person needs to hear from you in truth. That's why you got to sit and know that I am with you always. See, our love, our desire is the force that drives us to bring about the changes in life. This co-creation will merge us as one when we embrace God's love. See, Moses was commanded to make all things according to the pattern that was showed to him on the mountain. So when he came down, he was revealing what we should do, what we should not do, because at this time we needed law because we were coming out of bondage. So just follow the story. And so because of that, you have to become, which is what we're still trying to do today, is to be civilized, right? So therefore we need rules. Thou shalt not. Thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. It's just lining us up to accept this love. Because as we accept it, then we can experience it and then we can use it to bring about this greatness that we all have in our minds. There's not one of us in here that has not had an idea of greatness or a good thing that we want to manifest. That's all of us, and they're just different levels of it, but we all have them. So when we emerge our emotions with this divine mind, we are on our way. We are on our way to embracing God's love. See, because love is the power that links us in divine harmony, the universe and everything in it, we shall feel this embracing of God. If we have thoughts of neglect, unworthiness, and fear, this is a separation from the very desire. It all begins with our thoughts. If we are fearing God and not recognizing the love of God, it's because we were taught to fear God. And this idea that we have, or this twisted thought, doesn't allow us to see the truth of God. See, God is love, and love has no fear. And these two cannot occupy the same space. And that's why we struggle, because in our minds, we don't try to define or identify the problem when it shows up. But yet, we were told in traditional church that we have to rebuke those thoughts and ideas. How many still rebuke today? See, we don't do it because we were taught a new way, but we don't even affirm the truth that God is right here where I am, and God is helping and assisting me. We don't even tell ourselves what God is doing for us today. And we're in this teaching that tells us to affirm the truth. What is affirming the truth? To believe that God is helping, assisting, guiding, and directing. But yet we sit in our misery and don't call on his name. See, calling on the name is not necessarily that you don't believe. What it's saying is that when you're going through something, because it's going to happen because of the way life has been to us, all of us. You can't escape it without a little bit of trouble. That's just the way it is. But you got to call on the thing that's going to set you free. And I know it's kind of hard. How could it set me free? I can't see it. It sets you free through your belief, and it gives you the power to stand in the midst. It gives you the power to learn so that you can adjust, adapt to the circumstance. That's how it helps. See? It comes down to you through your requests in mind, and we just have to believe and trust that it will. Because most of us are using it anyway. We may be half using it. But that's a good start. That's a good start. Because the idea of trusting and loving God is going to bring us closer to God. See, but because some of us still hurt a little bit, we don't go all the way. You know, we just dip our toe, like I say, you go to the pool, you just dip your toe in it, right? How cold is it? Can I handle this? Right? It ain't nothing you can't handle. There's nothing you can't handle. Unless you think you can't handle it, then of course not, because you're not going to go with your full passion. You're going to stick your toe in. Right? We say we want love. Somebody comes in our lives. We don't really give our love to them because we've been mistreated. So therefore, we have given the love that we say we want, but we're expecting full love from the thing that we need to be. It doesn't work like that. We have to accept that person as they are. If you say you want it, but your awareness will protect you. The awareness of, see, it won't allow you to get into a false relationship. It will stop it before it starts. Identify what you want, because this love has no fear. So in 1 John 4:18 says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. It's what's holding us all back. That's difficult. Why? I fell down last time I did that. I can't go that. I went over there and then they tried to walk in confidence and courage. When you sit, try this. When you sit with yourselves, see yourself being protected and surrounded by the light of God. I say, I surround myself with the light of God, and I am protected. See it and start visualizing, identify what it is. He that hath fear is not made in perfect love. Can't have it because they don't balance out. To fear does not equal love. The confusion has our minds in a quandary and continues to send us in cycles of frustrations and disappointments. This signals that we are not loved, and so this tells our mind we have to experience challenges until we seek this power that is embracing us. So I was listening to this song, and it's the song by Jonathan McReynolds. Now, he wrote it a little differently. I edited it just for my interpretation. So if those of you who know the song and don't say, he didn't say that, I know he didn't say it. I edited it for my interpretation. But the song goes like this, and it's called Cycles. Didn't I conquer this last year? Tell me what I missed, because I fear that is coming back up again. Must be something I think, some thought, some person, some issue. The thoughts wants to extend the game, free throws, and when it comes and when it ends, trouble wants to make the sequel. Because if trouble has another chance, it appears like it can take my joy, my peace, and my faith. Don't let the thoughts enhance our mistakes. Even if you don't, That's how thoughts keep you in cycles. Cycles. But I'm not going in cycles. Cycles? This will end like I want it to. I win. The thoughts will have to lose again. See, I'm a different fighter now. And I have God's embracing love to thank, because his love is my strength. See, we have to speak to it. Don't just allow it to happen and just say, oh, I got to go through this time. No. This physical problem, this physical situation, this financial situation is all being revealed to me because there is a bigger process, there's a bigger circumstance that is coming my way that is going to move me to another space, that is going to help me see more clearly in the love in which God is in my life. So I know that I am being moved, pressed towards this power that wants more room in my life. So I accept this growth because I know that it works through me, for me, as me, and I am empowered to achieve. Don't give up just because it takes a while. Don't give up because it still hurts. Don't give up because she ain't showed up yet. Don't give up because he ain't showed up yet. Don't give up because it ain't lined up yet. Don't give up. Keep speaking that truth that you want to see it show up as. And allow the Spirit of life to do it. The world is full of changes, and we all know this, and we've all heard this. And as it changes, it brings up something new for somebody. And let that somebody be you. So let us affirm divine love, manifest thyself in me. Divine love, manifest thyself in me. Just that simple. It ain't challenging. You ain't got to pray like you be hearing some of the prayers. You ain't got to get up and stand in front and just wail at the wall. You ain't got to do all that. You have to know and believe that God is spirit and God is working through us, for us as we believe. It is done unto you as you believe. That is the common basic principle of any teaching, any religion. It is done unto you as you believe. So hold on, increase your belief and your faith, and it shall be done. These words wasn't plucked out of the sky. People lived and experienced this. Right? And then somebody put it in a book, and then all of a sudden they tell us don't take it as an historical context. Right? So now we struggle with trying to identify the spirit and the history aspect of it. And then they say, you better make sure that you can separate that, because, you know, it ain't history, but yet the books was written, most of the books was written long after the person was alive, walking, doing it. See how the mind, so that's hard on the mind. That's why you got to go with spirit. Not the letter, the spirit. We must continue to look towards the Christ within for the clarification to bond us, and bring our expressions from divine mind into fruition. See, God is the source of my good, and all good flows to us from God through love and grace. God so loved the world that he gave. And the begotten just really means continual. You ain't only one son. We're all. It's giving. And guess what? You know how you know we connected to it? Because you see stuff you get curious about. That tree you used to write on as a kid. That tree you used to climb on. Those cherries you may used to pick. Those frogs you used to catch. Those tadpoles, those worms. Something was telling you, go play with that. And so you sat down with your bucket and you start digging down in the ground. Oh, these some worms. Oh, that tickles. Right? We're getting familiar with our world. But since we got our dress dirty or our clothes dirty, get in this house. What you doing? You got to go have fun. You got to put your hands in the soil so you can be comfortable with it. Don't worry about your troubles. Speak to them. Speak to them. I condemned you. There is no space for you. Because this divine love is waiting on somebody to direct it. I'm going to go wherever you send me. Right? And that's one of the sayings they would say, right? Wherever you send me, I'll go. Why would you feel like you can go if you don't have no power? So you have to go with the power that you believe you have. Yes. So you got to go strong. Yes. And we ain't talking foolishness. We're talking about belief. That I have the power to change this circumstance. I have the mind to understand what it is that I need to make the adjustments in this situation. I am not afraid because it is not me that's doing this. I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful that God is showing me the way. Because I'm telling you, I would not be standing in front of you. I used to stutter and stammer. I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for the power of God. We all have these issues that come in our life that make us think we're not ready, that we're not prepared, that somehow it's not for me. No, it's for you, right? But I don't want to be seen like that. I want to do this. But when it pulls, you got to go and check it out. Go see what's waiting on you. Like, okay, you want to go do this, huh? Let's go. Let's go. Take the ride. Take the ride. You're already on there. You're already here. You might as well ride with some truth so you can be free. And just like it says in Luke 15:31, all that is thine is mine. There's nothing that can't be done until we say it can't. See, divine love is impersonal. It loves unconditionally. It is not concerned with personalities or the color of your shirt, your hair, your weight, none of that. It does not care. Even if you holding stuff against yourself, it judges not. It puts no return expectation on you at all. You just will not receive if you don't request. We will just continue to have to sit with the misery of until we can change our own belief and understanding about who we are and what we are. And all of us been through something, and all of us called on the name, and all of us got the change that we were seeking and that we was waiting for. All of us have. But yet, when trouble come again, we say, oh, I guess he want me to go through this. See, we can claim it or not, I'm just pointing out the thoughts that we all have. It's no different from me either. That's all I'm doing here. I'm trying to be a reflection of our own troubles from myself to you. In hopes that it will connect the dots so that we can no longer see ourselves as these feeble people that we are not. We are the most spiritually powerful, gifted people in the world. And that power is waiting for you to call on it to do what it is that you dream about. I don't dream no more. Okay, that's fine too, right? And it also says what? He who has no vision shall perish. There's nothing else exciting you, stimulating you to become, to evolve. See, you have to sit and imagine. Like, think about the times when you were small, you would want to go and sit up under the tree with your book, your diary, and write something. You imagine the greatness of life that was waiting on you. But then all of a sudden, we get married, we have children, we get into relationships, we stop writing, we start believing, we stop writing and imagining ourselves being greater. Why? You still want greatness. You still want to receive a better relationship that now that you're in. You want a better relationship with your kids, right? Write it down. Write it in your diary so that it can manifest itself, right? Don't give up on the thing that got you to where you are. Divine love is waiting on us to embrace it. It continues to give like the sunshine. Its rays shine on all who comes into his spirit. If we want to experience this love, we must become like the love we expect. And when we don't show up as, we should rebuke the thoughts or comments right away to give them no space and allow the source that restores and renews to take them to the altar and burn them up so that we can be free of them. It's no need of holding on to something that is no longer providing for you what you need, right? It's sort of like, sometimes we say like, these shoes, these clothes, I'm gonna keep them. But yet we do realize and know that styles and things change, but yet we hold on. See, we have to learn to be free with no attachments. No attachment. If we show love, peace, and happiness and expect the same, our teaching says it will manifest itself. And then in Isaiah, we've all said it from here, 55:11, so shall my word that goeth forth out of my mouth. When I speak and these words leave, it shall not return void. It's going to bring something, but it's going to bring back what I believe about it. That's the connection. And so it says, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing to where it's sent, because it's going to go and meet and connect with that's waiting in the ether. This ether is power. And it brings forth whatever it is, whatever we can identify, whatever it is we can believe. Fillmore says, love is the greatest harmonizer and healer. Whoever calls on God as Holy Spirit for healing is calling on divine love. Divine love will bring your own to you. Adjust all misunderstandings and make your life and affairs healthy, happy, and harmonious and free. That's all it does when we can believe. See, divine love will establish one in fearlessness and courage. And if that's all that's holding you back, then just keep calling on him. Because it's waiting on you to say, I can do it. So remember this in closing in 2 Timothy. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. Change your mind, change your thinking, change your life. It's simple, but it's challenging because of the experiences we've had. So now that we know that it is the experiences and the beliefs that we're holding on to that, let us let them go that no longer serve us. And trust and believe and recognize that from today forward, tell yourself, I am built by God, I'm led by Spirit, and I'm a walk by faith. Peace and abundant blessings to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.